The views and opinions expressed on From the Mouths of Madness are that of the panel and not of the Geeks Under the Influence Network or their sponsors. Listeners, beware. Coming straight for the Mouths of Madness, I'm Lowdown. With me as always is
FU Hunter. What's up, you video watching, fucking clown loving bitches?
babysitting bitches, staying at home bitch. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, drinking on a wine.
Drinking all the wine.
Drinking on the wine.
Drinking
a lot of
all
that.
the wine. Yeah, you pumpkin exploding bitches.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So many bitches.
So many bitches. Yeah, man. Fucking happy Halloween. This episode drops on Halloween, so happy fucking Halloween.
Happy
You know, we
Halloween.
always bring a fucking Halloween. Well, okay. It's not an extra episode. We just release it on Halloween.
We have an appreciation for the
Exactly.
holiday.
There must
I don't
be
know how.
all the spooky we can add to the world.
Yeah.
I'm here for. So yeah, there we go. But before we get into this special release, I want to ask you to like, share, rate, review, comment, subscribe, all this stuff. Of course, all the socials greatly helps out the Madness Boys. It just takes you a quick second. And if you love what we're doing or even like it, then it's worth it, right?
Cool. Hear
You'll
from
get
y'all.
updates.
Yeah.
And if you hate it, you can leave a review that says you hate it. Cool.
Yeah.
Down. Yes. All right, so on to tonight. This is a special Halloween episode where it's an elongated on the chopping block with a guest. Tonight with us, we have Kyle Smash.
What's up, buddy?
We are going to be talking about the 2013 film All Hallows Eve
Yeah.
and its sequel, the 2015 film All Hallows Eve 2.
It's also a movie.
It's
You-
also a movie.
You bastard.
Hey, man. Nothing will ever beat what Groose did to me with trucks. I'm sorry.
That's true.
That shit is
Yeah.
fucking horrid. Like that's going to be like like when we were fucking like 90 or 100 plus and we're going to each other's funerals. That's going in a toast that I make to him or something. This motherfucker made me watch trucks.
Yeah. OG All Hallows Eve, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm watching that. I'm like, man, I could probably never do anything like that. Look at, like, it's so well shot. It's like just really works out.
And you watch 2?
2 goes, shit, I guess I could fucking make these movies now because you just get some shitty looking fucking mask and be really lazy with the storytelling. So,
Yeah. So 2013's All Hallows Eve. We can go a little bit backstory on it. For those of you that don't know, that is where the first appearances of Art the Clown ended up. So All Hallows Eve is Damien Leone's first feature film. Like all he had was 2 shorts prior to that. One of them being an 2008 short called The Ninth Circle, and then another one being called Terrifier, and it came out in 2011. And they were shorts. This film, he was the writer, director, producer, editor, special effects artist. He
man,
was
just everything.
everything.
Yeah.
In the canon films, Terrifier 2, listeners, if you don't know, he does all the special effects on that too. That is, I mean, obviously he has a team, but that is his shit. Like, I remember when I first met him at Mad Monster 3 or 4 years ago, something like that. I was like, holy fuck, dude, I didn't know you did the effects too.
Yeah.
That shit looks rad as fuck. So, talented motherfucker. And basically what we get with All Hallows Eve is he takes his 2008 short, which is the first segment where we see Art in the train, the bus station. He kidnaps the girl.
Which art looks very.
So that was the very first iteration of Art. And we get the more closer to what we know now in the third segment, which was called Terrifier.
Yeah.
So the first segment, like, and Damien's come out and said, like, hey, I tried Art in different phases to see how people reacted to him. And the first Art had just face paint. No
Face
extra build up.
The mat, you can see his skin still like under the mat, like under,
or in his
like,
arms
neck.
too.
Yeah.
But in the third segment, Terrifier, he's got the build up around his cheekbones and to make, the nose elongation. They did things. They started adding
much more
that.
demented looking.
Yeah, they started adding little bits of special effects stuff to his face to make him look. Which now we got to a slimmer version. Because David Howard's just a smaller person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just It's kind of like why Bill Skarsgård worked as Pennywise, because he just has that tall, lanky, slender.
Yeah.
look.
He can contort shit so
Yeah.
perfectly.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
really
It's
important.
phenomenal. It works. He works that shit so well. But yeah, so that's kind of where why the first one, like, at least, I didn't see the first one first. I didn't see this before I saw Terrifier. I saw Terrifier first, and then
I did the
our
same
buddy
way.
Derek mentioned like, oh man, dude, I'm fucking telling people that for the last couple of years. He's actually from an anthology movie that came out, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah.
So that's when I watched All Hallows Eve.
And it's definitely the precursor to Terrifier. And if you're like, oh, okay, yep. So there's some people that obviously jump from All Hallows Eve to Terrifier.
Actually, I did not have. I haven't seen Terrifier. When watching these, I had a fresh perspective. I know.
But we want this because
Holy shit. Yeah.
I just mentioned that and like that's Kyle. Please, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, this is very rare. Okay.
Holy shit.
All right, here we go.
No, this is fucking awesome.
Yeah, I had not seen Terrifier yet. I've heard it's great. I have not.
It depends on what you mean.
Or Terrifier 2 was really great.
No, I mean it is great. It depends on what your definition of great is. What you want out of horror.
Yeah.
Because people hate this movie because it's specifically one type of horror.
It can be very polarizing.
Yes, exactly. That's what I mean. So,
Well, it was just. It's really hard because to speak. I haven't seen that, so I see it with this fresh perspective. And the first one, All Hallows Eve, is awesome.
yeah.
From the start. Second one, it was like watching. I don't know. Are You Afraid of the Dark?
No, 100%. I could agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the kind of the differences between the two. So, and we'll get to part two. But with the first one, it's first time seeing art in film. Was the first segment really scary for the part he was in it? Remember, he was the one that kidnapped the girl from the bus station.
Like, did you find like in the subway scene, like you didn't trust him from the start, or you're just like, oh, okay, now there's this random ass clown there.
Yeah.
That scene right there where he gets the girl, the first girl, and brings her in. I was like, that was awesome.
Yeah.
That was one of the best things I've seen in a long time.
So I can kind of agree. Like trying to put myself in that position when I rewatched it for this, I was like, it's Halloween. Everything's over with. The people that come in let you know that it's late in their shit house. So like to have some random dude in a clown suit show up and like,
yeah, it's Halloween. You're not even really paying attention.
No, but I mean like to keep the act going. Like, dude, at a certain point, no matter what, if you're doing something that it fits the character that you're dressed as, but you're making people uncomfortable, you fucking stop.
Yeah.
That's the telltale. If it's a fucking
you have
weirdo or not, right?
That introduction with him where he has the horn and he keeps doing it and just annoying her a little bit just to start the fucking with her.
Yeah.
Very, very simple. Just kind of, hey, is this bothering you?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Hey, you deserve a flower.
Roachies.
Yeah.
It's fucking gross. And then you get like Clown O-Lantern. You get like Clown O-Lantern.
Yeah.
Because remember when like she gets drugged and then she looks at him and his like eyes are lit and his mouth's lit.
Oh, when she's all drugged. Yeah.
Yeah,
that was
what the fuck?
That reminded me of fucking Batman Begins.
Yes.
After the scarecrow thing happens, it's like, no, you understand. Like,
Yeah.
I was waiting like that kind of shit. Like,
Yeah, that is the first thing I thought of.
Yeah.
now watching this again recently, you had to remember as it sets up the babysit. Like we're introduced to that first segment through these kids are trick or treating. The babysitter, they find there's a videotape in one of the kids' bags. They put it in, and they ask to watch this first segment. This babysitter sucks ass.
Oh, dude, she's
because
terrible.
that first part in the train station, okay, whatever. But once you get to them waking up and the chicks are fucking chained up
And
they're being murdered
and they're getting drug away.
and again, as a babysitter, when you've got the like demon pretty much like raping a woman.
Oh. Like, what do you mean? Like, dude, as a babysitter, when you've got a scene where the lady ripped a baby out of a pregnant woman.
That's what I'm saying.
No, you said the rape. You
That's
skipped
what I'm saying.
the pregnant thing.
Yeah, pregnant
Went right to rape. There was pregnant baby ripped out like Manson,
Or
Sharon Tate style.
Possibly prior to that. Again, I don't know how old these kids are. Like what, 7, 9, or whatever.
Yeah, they're young.
But
yeah.
the arms getting chopped off prior to the even baby.
with
so
the
you
humanoid thing. Yeah.
And you never go back to the sitter going, okay, or till all the fucked up shit happens, and then she goes, maybe we should turn this off now. You think maybe?
Well, yeah, I'd say like you talk about the kids watching it, right?
Yeah.
So the girl I think she was probably closer to 12.
12. Okay,
And
yeah.
the
The kid was like 9.
The 9 or 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, It's plausible, especially if it's.
Yeah, but
it's
you don't
found.
get rat out to the parents that you made them watch a movie where a baby gets ripped out and they get fucked by a fucking demon. And,
Well,
you know what I mean? That's
Raped
some
by
explaining.
Satan.
Like,
Raped by Satan.
hey, Mom, we watched this really interesting videotape we want to tell you about.
Yeah.
Like, no, you don't want to be responsible for that shit.
I think I would probably yes, I would lose my shit.
Yeah,
Bad
Kyle.
babysitter. Babe. Yeah. Once you come home, you're
I
like,
think I would beat him. Yeah,
yeah.
I would not
That would
be
be,
happy.
there's some explaining to do.
I don't know if
here.
I'd beat him, but I would definitely give him a good talking
Just
to.
the sitter instinct should tell you, again, first part is arms getting cut off. Maybe we shouldn't watch this videotape.
You know, I did want to see what happened to like the mom and dad.
Oh,
You
when
know,
they came home?
Yeah.
That's a major explaining to do.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That would have been. I was kind of hoping for that at the end. I thought that would be a cool addition to kind of close it.
He was
out.
like, that's more actors I got to pay. Fuck that.
Right, yeah.
Like, I mean, dude.
just
this
one
is
more fucking scene he's got to do.
This is DIY as shit.
Yeah.
But no, that could have been cool. Like, because that would have been another ode to, like, you know, OG Halloween, where the parents come home and are like, what the fuck did you do?
Yeah.
Like, you know,
Yeah.
and like, yeah. That would have been cool to see. But, you know, them doing what he's done since this is fucking, yeah. I mean, but the second one, that second segment, bro, I'm sorry. So he wrote all these, did everything to this film.
Yeah.
Sorry, Damien, I gave two fucks about that. That clearly was just
The
something
alien
that was a
one?
filler for the Terrifier short.
Was that the alien
Yeah.
one? Yeah, where you have this
Goddamn.
painting. You have this painting of Art the Clown. And you're like, all right.
That was at the end.
Yeah.
was-
But that's what I'm
was at
saying.
the
Is that,
end.
is that
You had to
why
go
is that
through
even
all-
involved in it? Has nothing to do.
Well, no, so there's trying to be this like he's supposed to be attached to the entire thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
that's-
there's Art watching an alien attack.
Well, that's what it looked like. Somebody was in a nightmare. It just, and that's.
okay.
But it was stupid. It was like, I will say, the alien. I watched the alien one and I went, "Fuck me." I was like, I've seen better costumes on the Power Rangers, like season 1.
Dude, that
Back
was like
in
the
the
Kids
day.
versus Aliens terrible. I'm sorry, those costumes are horrible.
The alien walked spooky.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry, but like, you know what? Like, we always joke around like, ooh, spooky. But you can't have your menacing character like almost having jazz hands searching throughout
they did
the house.
They did an alien.
That is like,
I guess, but still, like, god damn it. Yeah, that alien though could fucking puncture your fucking head with its extra mouth.
Yes.
This
Look,
one did have mouth.
Yeah.
that was
true.
somebody's son that's in like high school, not the high, like 9th grade.
Yeah.
And like on the weekends, he makes shit, right? That's
Yeah.
how you get cosplayers, like real serious ones. Like
Yeah.
they make their own costumes.
100%. Yeah.
But he was just kind of getting started, right? And maybe right now he's like C+. He could be a B. It's gonna take him a while, right? And then he went $50 and materials, and that kid went booyah, and he went, "I'll make you some shit." And then 3 days later, that is what was born.
I'm just saying
That was, dude. Yes,
the effects in
That's
the first
awesome.
segment
That was perfect.
are pretty like basic,
Oh.
but well done. So to go from that to this alien thing, you're just like, are we just giving up?
I really
Is there a
do think-
budget? Is that when the
I
budget
think
came in? Is that when it came in?
I think he needed he had these other two films done, but to actually get them released together, because these were released, I don't think they were released independently, the 08 and the 2011, obviously,
Yeah.
3 years apart, and they had no like home.
Right.
So I think I would love to talk to him, interview him, and ask him about this, or he's already talked about it on an interview, but was one of the reasons why he did this to get those out,
yeah.
like, and have a physical release, because it released straight to at home streaming, I think, and then it got a DVD release like a couple months later. So I really think that's it's like I think the shortest segment, and it just seems like filler.
right.
It's like, I need something between my art stuff.
Yeah.
Here's the thingamajigger.
Well, and that's, what I'm saying. At the
and I'm
very
cool
end
with
of that
that.
segment,
Like, it's just now I know, like,
art's
okay,
still
this
in
is
it.
useless. So basically, I have like a pre-Terrifier to watch now, because this second one just doesn't fucking matter. Like,
That was like if as far as a franchise and like who the best bad is, that's like that 2 was like Halloween 3 to me. And I know that's sacrilege to you, but
I know you don't like Halloween 3.
it was
Fuck.
such a
We won't get
departure.
into all that.
God
But
damn it.
I will say in that movie, like they threatened to like blow up a bunch of kids' heads, which is awful and not cool.
I mean, they didn't threaten to. They just didn't
well,
show it.
okay, they didn't show it.
They just didn't show it.
So granted, they took chances. They took some fucking leaps.
Mhm.
This one, that same kid who made that costume, He consulted on this shit. That's exactly what he did. He was on set and they were like, all right, anytime anything bad could happen, we're just going to cut it off.
But then we get to, all right.
Terrifier.
Then we get to the money one, all right? Like
Fucking,
the one that started it all, all right? Like
well, no, technically that was the first one.
first, yeah, but I'm just saying this one is where most people.
Well, they straight up reused and replaced this scene, like this thing that happened at the gas station where when you first see Art in this, he's getting kicked out of the gas station for smearing shit everywhere. That happens in Terrifier at a pizza joint.
Yeah.
That's right.
So he you said you hadn't seen Terrifier.
No, but I've seen plenty of clips.
So yeah, well, there's one where he writes his name in shit.
Yeah.
There's YouTube.
You got tag wherever you go, man.
So
which one is the one I've seen the video.
Hacksaw?
No, the one he's in the car rocking out, just fucking covered in blood.
Oh, that's two. That's from two.
Is that two?
Yeah.
That's come back to theaters November 1st. We're all going to see the West Tower, bro.
Well, now I got to go see it now.
We got to watch the first one between now and then.
I can do that.
And then
it's not bad.
Terrifier 2 comes back out. I don't know if I'd bring Lorelai.
No,
I would, unlike a shitty babysitter, strongly suggest not to fucking bring her, all right? Like, if you have the common sense of going, this is kind of fucked up, this might fuck with the kids,
Yeah.
then don't do it.
So I wouldn't tell her because I know her and she will just find a way
To wheeze in.
to watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's out there, dude. I mean, you can watch it on it's free. I think
on Prime.
It's on Peacock. It was originally on Screenbox, I think, originally. Anyway, it's free some places.
You can put restrictions up, but and I remember being around that age. Like if I want to watch something, like I'll watch it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just hopefully you teach someone to be smart about it. Like it's not something to be taken seriously in terms of like action. You want to be afraid and you love this stuff because you love the imagination, the fun of it, and it's horror. It's not real.
Exactly.
And that's a big distinction.
Yeah. But one of the things about Terrifier is it's shot to seem more real.
No, and I don't mean in terms of...
am I wrong? I would say that the way that Leon films, it's almost, like, especially the first one. Second one, it definitely not as much. But the first one feels like it's shot to have more of a realism look to it. And some people could say because it was, quote unquote low budget or whatever, but there's also choices people can make to how the film looks.
Low budget doesn't
like,
mean anything.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it was DIY as fuck, but that doesn't mean that like he didn't make it. There wasn't a choice made of how they filmed it, and that movie is filmed very cold and very like realistic.
Yeah,
in my mind,
a very dark look to it.
Like I said, it's just cold, man. It's like fucking Alaska, Antarctica without snow. It's like that. That's how it feels.
It's the kind of
like there's no hope. Like there's no hope in the film.
It's the kind of evil when you're like, it's fine to watch this and like this, but I don't want it to like actually exist. That's how creepy it is.
And like the cool thing about this Terrifier 2011 short film is it captures that, but in the woods.
Yeah,
which was cool. The Terrifier is in a town, but it looks like it's in a municipal
Chicago.
block.
Yeah, I would say it's something
no, it's in New York.
Or New York,
Miles County.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's in the.
But it looks like it's in the heart
of.
But then the second one they branch in the suburbs. But this is the first time we see Art out in bumfuck.
Mm-hmm.
And that added to it to me too, because it made it even
also
creepier.
Appreciate it's just in this movie's universe. You do get Art the Clown in that first segment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
he's just kind of fucking around. Obviously, he drugs her, so shit's getting fucked up. But you don't see him in the torture area because that's the demon fucking. All right,
mm-hmm.
And so you do know he's sadistic and there's there. But when you get to the Terrifier part of this of All Hallows Eve, like. He's not just sort of fucked up. He's way the fuck like he's now torturing, killing. Like
he's got to be imbued and just evil and works for the demon, the devil, whatever the fuck that thing was supposed to be.
And he looks
Satan.
And he looks like again that he looks like you're saying like his face is now more fucked up, exaggerated.
Well, yeah, because you can tell they built up around his cheekbone and like his brow, like they built things up around his face in the chair. That
so what I know of the character though, I know I haven't seen it. I've just seen clips, but comparing to what I saw in All Hallows Eve versus what is probably in Terrifier, he's not necessarily that he can't be killed. He just regenerates, right?
So far, all we've seen is he regenerates. I'm not going to spoil too, because if you're going to come see it, we can talk about it after.
Yeah, pretty much.
Talk about it after.
Fair enough.
Don't want to ruin it for
then
you.
It would seem to me in this...
But regeneration explains two.
Okay.
If that makes sense. because you haven't seen 1. But Regeneration explains 2. I will not say it explains a beginning of 2. I will not, or the fact that 2 exists. I will not say that it explains the end of 2.
Yeah.
So you be your own judge, and we'll talk about that outside of West Tower.
In All Hallows, he definitely, if I had to compare it to something like Michael Myers, like Michael Myers is cool.
Yeah.
But this is like, damn.
Yeah.
Like,
dude,
there is no limits. There's no limits.
Like Leone knew he had something, man. Like that's why he tested it out on 2 different shorts. He's like, okay, this is just a clown. Let me make it sinister, and then actually make him where there's no rhyme or reason.
Yeah.
Out the gate, there's no rhyme or reason as why he is fucking. Dude, we get introduced to the fucking whip with that's got
chains.
is scissors and chains and fucking scalpels and all that and shit.
He's having a ball with that. He's his silent laughing the way Art does.
The original, well, he's Art.
I know. I'm just saying. Yeah. He's just getting a kick out of it.
Well, so the original actor is Mike, and I apologize if I'm not pronouncing his last name right. Gianelli, which I met in April at the Hunt Valley Monster Mania Con because they had a whole Terrifier group there, and he's still in like New York, so you could just drive down. And I hung out with him one night. He was super chill. He was like, "Yeah, Damien, I'm Damien's friend." He just called me. I was like, "Hey, I need da da da." I was like, "Cool."
You want to be sadistic as fuck and not
like
say
he was
anything?
an actor, like he was acting, but it was also like that's why he was in the movie. His buddy was like, "Hey, you're an actor, please," and like, but yeah, he was super chill. And like that last segment, and then with the wraparound segment ending where it shows even more of him. He's fucking creepy. Like David Howard Thornton had a really good muse to work off of.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of the same man. Once you go into Terrifier, it'll seem like it wouldn't skip a beat. But watching this second, it's like, oh, he utilized some of that already existed and then added to it for what his body and his build can do.
I would put it
that's really cool.
I would put it like comparing. You brought him up a little earlier, but comparing Tim Curry's Pennywise to what's his name's Pennywise.
Oh, Bill Skarsgård. Yeah.
That like. The newer Pennywise doesn't take anything away from Tim Curry's one.
No,
and I would say like pretty close to the same approach, but like both Art the Clowns both fucking bring it.
Yeah, because
I will say I even reading into Terrifier 1 and 2 to just on the character, I will say that he's more like he's like a mime than he would be. Then he's like
a clown.
He looks like a clown, but he moves like a mime.
Yeah,
100%. Yeah.
So it's like that. What's what? I mean, I've never been a fan of mimes. Like I don't hate them.
Just creepy, as
but
fuck.
they're creepy.
They don't
fuck.
make noise.
Well, so one that's like willing to pull that shit, you just can't come. You just can't fucking.
He's not
hear
doing
him.
any miming to entertain anybody else but himself.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like there's nobody going that mime's hilarious. No. To him, what he's doing is hilarious, in which he's holding his mime laughter. But no, he's not doing anything to entertain anybody else besides.
No.
Like he starts out where you think, oh, what are you doing here? And realize, no, it's not for me. You're just doing this in your weird, twisted fucking head.
Exactly. Yeah.
I could totally see what you think the Joker is, but just put him on mute. You know what I mean? And just kind of, but what you would see behind the things that they wouldn't show, like how crazy that character really could be. They do that.
Exactly. No, that's
like,
basically the gist of it is
have it.
The main chick witnesses a murder and she gets in her car and drives away and like somehow he pops up with a circus sign and then she gets
right on the side of the road, which is fucking awesome.
It's right on the side of the road and then she gets almost goes off. She ends up going off the road. He pops up and then like dude, like it's just like
she gets in another car too, and you're like, okay, she found somebody.
It's like it shows what we're going to get in the next two what's considered now canon. Like I don't think this is considered part of canon as far as the Art story.
Yeah.
As far as for like so going into Terrifier, don't take anything you've seen from this about Art and take it in there with you.
Okay.
I mean, he's going to be fucked up, but like as far as like he delivered rape victims to Satan and all that shit, like none of that.
Yeah.
From
Art's his own man. He wasn't somebody's stooge.
Yeah. Let's talk about that.
He's really trying to sell timeshares in Florida. And he's
well. Let's talk about this for a moment. The opening of this movie. Well, after you've gotten past the kids and starting the tape, and you walk into the girl getting taken, right? She's down there with the 3 girls, fucking chains around their neck, and they're like. When it pulls you down, the sewer or whatever, it pulls you that way, and you just gone. And I'm like, well, hey, that's fucking
Yeah.
That's creepy.
It's fucking creepy.
The thought, and I'm sitting there going, fuck. So like they put, okay, can't get, but, and I'm wondering how bad it can get. And then all of a sudden, you know, they're trying to escape and they see, you know, some girl gets pulled away and they try to escape. And then they run into I'm going to guess it was a portal to hell. Like that was assumed.
It's
that this
I don't
was
know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't
Or
know.
did these
As fans of horror, sometimes you
I
just
don't
go,
know.
some fucked up shit's happening. I don't know what's happening. But it's fucked up.
It's fucked up.
Or did
I don't
they
wanna be
like?
there.
Were they like just all dressed up and they were just they?
Look, they were wearing robes and it was Satan and
They're LARPers from hell. You know what I mean? Like they're just dressed to the nine, drinking fucking. And I'll tell because I
LARPers.
couldn't tell. I was like, is that supposed to be the devil? Is that just fucking some dude who glued some horns?
Well, I think it's
You know
supposed to
what
be
I
a
mean?
demon. I don't know if it was devil. Did we ever like?
I mean, it might have been a demon.
Yeah,
Well,
I don't know.
it's
I
just demon
only
fucking.
say
It
this-
hurts either way, right?
If you look around the neck, like at nothing, you know, not for nothing, but you can see the.
It's a low
You
budget,
can
all
see
right?
that
All right.
it's a
Yeah,
mask.
that
Did
was
you-
he
we
made
talked
that was
about
his
the
first
alien.
thing in 09. I mean 08. That was his very first
we
thing
already talked
ever.
about the alien. We understand the budget's not.
Yeah,
Right.
we get but when you get to Terrifier, the budget is he got money to do that one because like
it's the best shot.
it's the best shot.
part.
It's
like
it felt like Terrifier because
Yeah.
it was Terrifier, but
Yeah.
I mean he took that feeling and went into the 2016 film because you know he okay she thinks she's safe now, she's locked in the barn. Oh, what the fuck does he do? You think people think Michael Myers can't stop stalking the same chick? This motherfucker, Michael Myers, never
He
dug
is.
under a barn.
he is determined.
Like holy shit.
That right there was crazy. I was like, I saw those little fingers pop up, and I was like, this motherfucker really went and he dug underneath and came through the barn. And when he came through, his weapon of choice was just this makeshift chain from hell.
Yeah.
You know, with all
Yeah.
kinds of manners of fucking cut you off, like slice you. And I'm like, it's just,
yes.
I was like, God damn, like he is.
He's fucking going. And
I love we get Art the Clown road rage where he pretty much pulls up. And again, this is the thing where Art the Clown looks like he wants to stab you, he wants to cut you, but motherfucker will fucking pull out a gat and fucking just take you
Shoot
out
you, yeah.
any day of the week. All right, he doesn't give a
Yeah.
shit how you die.
Yeah.
As long as your brains are somewhere on the wall behind you.
Yeah.
he doesn't care.
Well, where the fuck do you get the gun?
It's Art the and
Do you steal from a cop?
well, he's got a bag of goodies. That's the best way you can put it.
Yeah. You'll get more into that.
His bag never, the trash bag that never rips.
The trash
that
bag
was-
that never rips.
that was-
It's hefty, Ann. All right.
Yeah, it was
That-
strong.
why do they have him as hefty and hefty
At the edge.
commercials?
Yeah, no shit.
I love
Art
it.
the Clown, can you carry all of your fucking cool killing toys?
Yeah.
Look,
There you
they
go.
didn't go for
must
like,
must be hefty.
I love it.
Hefty.
You know, you have to have the balls to go, no, fuck cloth, fuck leather, even if it's cheap, trash bag. Like,
Mm-hmm.
there's no other option. This is what
That's
has
his
to
style.
happen.
That's his style.
And honestly, if it works so well with the whole vibe, the character and shit, like it works so well that it's almost like it's got to be a happy mistake.
You want that plastic because if you do like a sack or something like that, obviously you can have some leakage from all the blood-soaked items in there. You know those plastic bags that really hold in the
Plastic.
juices, all
Yeah,
right?
they hold in the juices.
really hold those juices in.
Plastic. I mean,
You don't want to trail of blood. That's embarrassing. Sir, your bag's leaking.
he would just kill more people. But,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
So that's basically the final segment, and then
Well,
the wraparound you've got where now somehow
that dumbass babysitter.
fucking art comes out of the VHS, makes it into reality, and kills the kids.
So
but
that
what's
was-
cool, I like that.
What the fuck?
How she puts it back in, and you see him again. It's a shot we'd seen earlier in the the basement. And
Yeah, but like how like
he
I just
notices
don't
her.
understand how. Like I know the tape was delivered, so I think the theory is that the tape is cursed.
Yeah.
Or something because like there's no other way for him to come out of the fucking TV.
Hey, the ring. Is it the ring?
Kind
Yeah,
of.
Where they're watching-
But there
it's
is a
the
cool
ring.
effect.
No,
It's
no,
the
no.
ring.
Is it
Yeah.
the ring?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's the
There's a
ring.
cool
Yeah.
effect where she's watching same footage, but she's like, okay, I've already seen this of him, and he gets up and he's tapping on the fucking TV.
Oh no
like,
no no!
on the-
Before
on the
that,
glass.
remember she gets a phone call and it's the chick
Oh yeah,
from
that's
the
right.
last segment calling her,
Yeah,
who
it
was
was-
her sister in the segment, and she's
Right.
like, "Is someone's trying to kill me?" And you're like, "Oh, shit's about to get real."
And she's like, "Oh, this is a fucking prank, like on
Yeah.
a level of like, how did you know I was watching this shit?"
Yeah.
And then call me with the exact same dialogue that I just fucking watched. But the shot that I fucking love at the end of this is she's looking at the TV and it gets to Art Clown, and then it goes off and comes back and it's her. She's watching herself, identical, except Art's sitting on the
Art's
fucking
in the
couch.
back on
And
the
she
couch,
turns
yeah.
around, looks, and he's not there. But then she looks back He's on the couch.
Yeah.
That's a cool fucking shot.
It was a great shot. And then, like, next time you see Art, he's outside the kid's bedroom laughing, covered in blood.
Well, because she hears the girl scream.
Yeah.
And she runs up, and there he is. And he's just having a ball.
He's just
So
like,
I did not expect them to show it.
the kid's
like-
heads.
oh, yeah.
I honestly expected the whole
Terrifier
thing at the
always
top
shows
to
it.
be and then I was like, that's fucked up. Like that made me feel
Oh,
like that
man.
that hurt my soul.
Dude,
and then
Terrifier will
boom.
always show it, Kyle. Just know that. They will always
I
show
am
it.
so looking forward to watching both those movies with you.
Well, the first one already came back, so this is just the second one that's coming
I
out.
understand.
Yeah.
I almost want to have him come over and we'll watch the first one before we see part 2.
Well, he's got it. But yeah, Terrifier is one of those movies. I remember when I watched the first one, I was like, oh. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't-
All right,
that's-
we're doing that.
There's a scene they brought it. They
Yeah.
brought it.
Both movies.
Yeah.
It did not.
yeah.
God
I did
damn.
not feel better after watching
Yeah.
it.
No.
I did
No.
not walk away like
But it's a cool
Yeah.
twist
It
was
on
a good experience.
on a kind of an anthology where you have that main storyline to involve it to that level.
You know what we got a year too early, and it doesn't have the same name? The 2015 sequel. It's called All Hallows Eve, but it was a year earlier than Tales of Halloween, which was the better
The good
short
one, yeah.
anthology. Because notice in this one we've got 8 stories, something like that, versus the first one had 3.
Yeah.
So Tales of Halloween, if you haven't seen that, Kyle, I recommend it. It's free on a couple of platforms. It's got like 7 or 8 stories.
It's good though. It's fun
Well,
and
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It's fun.
It's,
we
yeah,
released it
what's-
earlier. We
it's,
released it earlier this month.
it's the opposite of
Now, all right. Leone only produced this one. This is all, I guess. Each story is someone independent, but the segments. I guess we can run through the segments if you guys remember them or not. So the first one was Jack Attack, where it was they ate pumpkin seeds and then they had pumpkins.
so.
that one was all right because it was short and sweet.
It was short and sweet.
Yeah, short and sweet.
Yeah.
Let's talk.
Oh, here we go.
Let's break this one down for you. Okay. She feeds this kid. Well, she gives him 2 seeds, right? And he gives one to the dog, right? Where he shouldn't have done that. And then he doesn't speak. And then she turns around and she sees him and his eyes roll backwards, which, choking
Yeah.
won't make that happen, especially immediately. So he falls and her reaction at first is, oh, I
Quick.
should do something. But what?
I saw
I
this in the
know.
movie one time. I saw this in a
You're
movie
right.
one time.
Let's not
Yeah.
call fuck 911. Okay, just fuck them. I know it was like some point in the past, right? But you still had a phone.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
I think this one was modern day.
Was it modern day?
I think it was.
That makes it even
that-
worse.
That
but-
makes it
Yeah.
even worse. So her reaction is to say, "Oh fuck, your parents are gonna be mad at me," and then cuts into his throat.
Yeah, emergency tracheotomy or whatever
Yeah.
like that.
Of course. Let me just pull some shit out.
Kind of babysitting training is this bitch doing that kid's choking? Not high maneuver or, again, call an ambulance and the quick grab the knife. Let's cut into this kid's throat.
To be fair, she did do it a couple times. She tried. It was bad, and she was slapping on his back, and I'm like, he might be a little too big for that. Like,
Yeah.
you need to force
Yeah.
that out. She
Yeah.
did it a few times, but it just didn't work because she just didn't give a shit. She
Yeah.
was like, hey, I mean, like, come on,
This
you got
entire
this.
series of movies is all about shitty babysitters.
So like
It's just-
and then the pumpkins grow in their belly and they explode out, and then the boyfriend shows up and there's vines. I dude, like this one was super short. Don't hate it, but I cannot remember what the next one was. The last Halloween. Oh, that's the apocalyptic one. Remember that
Yeah,
shit
that's
show?
what
You're talking
kids.
about the kids walking around?
Yeah.
And they turn,
Those little motherfuckers.
they
That-
turn
that
into
one-
the real version. They turn into like the
Yeah,
adult version
but
themselves.
that could have been cool
Yeah.
because you have
you
this guy.
recognize that actor, right?
Which one?
The old guy at the beginning that didn't want to let him in.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. It was for a death from
Death from
Supernatural.
Supernatural. Yeah.
Yeah,
I knew he would dig that. Sorry, but like,
but I was
No,
saying,
that was awesome.
that one. It could have potential because you don't know, is this guy
I mean, it's not the worst.
right? But a la like Cloverfield Lane, is this guy fucking a nut job?
No.
Like, oh, the kid, like the
Yeah.
kids are coming after us. We need to lock the doors and be careful. He has a surveillance camera and he's yelling at her for dealing with the kids. Like, is this guy crazy? You find out no, but to have the like adult versions of them in their costumes, and then that's what
Yeah.
happens. It's fucking stupid. Just have them as
Yeah.
kids that kill people.
But then there was
right?
that weird ghoul as the ghost. I don't understand that.
Oh,
freak
when they
look.
take the fucking
What
that
the
just fucking
that seems straight out of a '50s monster movie, man.
that was That was funny,
Yeah, that-
stupid.
Yeah.
I'm not.
But then there was an apocalypse outside. Like everything was
Which
on fire.
I guess you're supposed to assume that these kids, all the kids, are attacking people, is what I thought. But again, you kind of ruined it with the stupid, like, big versions of the kids.
Yeah.
I honestly thought it was just hell. I thought it was just like people living in
Oh.
hell, and part
you
of
went
hell
deeper.
Yeah, like, I was
Oh,
not thinking
was. I
that.
just thought they were a bunch
Well,
of.
hell has some stupid looking fucking ghost kids, all right? I don't know if that's the case. Like, you know what would be ironic? The dumbest looking fucking ghost ever. You're in hell.
You know what's
Well, like their job is to go around and just like take everything all the time and create fear and destroy. And it's like if you don't give them something, like they're gonna make it bad for you. And these motherfuckers then come in.
That's too
and they,
deep for this. I don't think that's.
Yeah,
what
no.
they-
I thought no. I'm not.
No.
I'm not. Believe me, I'm not giving weight to it. I'm just
no,
saying
but
that's
like,
what they
it
were.
actually it could have been.
Could have
It was
been.
just poorly
I
executed.
think
Yeah.
that's what
Maybe.
he was going for. I mean, you have
Okay.
to
Just-
ask.
if they left them
I'm
as
not saying that
kids.
that's not off base. That's off base. It might be what he was trying to go for. I don't know.
Tales
Yeah.
of Halloween.
Yeah.
Just leave them as kids, man. You fucking kill them.
But
all
then
right?
we got the off. I thought the dumb one was the offering. He forgot the meat, but because he fucked up, he needed his bigger offering was his son. I'm like, come on, man.
That was where you insert the wah.
Wow. Yeah, that was
Hey,
that was not cool.
Hey,
man.
did you offer-
Can you go out there and do it?
Why would? Well, first off, the offering was fucking weird. It was just
It was like a potato.
It was a
and
potato
like
and
a meat.
some stuff, and maybe he had a meat, right?
He forgot the meat.
No, the
but
meat
no,
was
the meat
his
was
son.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like what? The,
No, he didn't forget. He fucking knew the
No,
entire
I was
time.
saying,
he was
yeah.
just like, I got to give him something good.
Yeah, but like,
If you're
what kind
gonna
of
do
beast
that-
are you? What were you? Yeah,
But if you're gonna do that, and especially since we'd watched the first All Hallows Eve, you're gonna get away with gore. You're gonna get away with blood. To
we got
do
nothing.
that,
We got nothing.
and then you have the son who the dad locks the door and says, "Fuck off! I
We
don't
got
want to die."
nothing.
The kid disappears. The guy disappears, and that's it. Dude, you have a moment here. You don't even have to show the creature or whatever it is.
It's the blood trail.
Just but
Body
show
parts.
like head just ripped apart,
Body parts.
anything.
Give me Party City fucking props built with latex.
It's so
and I'm
fucking
good.
weak.
And I'm good.
You have the R rating. You're
Yeah.
like, and he disappears.
Yeah.
I don't
there
fucking
was
care.
so there
And
were
then-
all different directors, right, for each one. Of
I'm
those?
assuming.
No,
Yeah.
I'm pretty
I haven't
sure.
looked into. I
when I
would think.
looked, I don't know.
I would think
I'm
so.
About
I would think so.
75% sure
Yeah.
it was like
That-
a bunch
think
of
so.
That
different
one had the
directors.
build up and then just fucking fell on its face on the execution.
The one I think this is one of my two that I really enjoyed out of all these segments is the next one, Descent. So that's one where she goes to her friend's house, sees they're dead, and the killer's still there. She hides, and then sees him
He's in
years
that
later in the
fucking
elevator.
Oh, in the
Yeah.
elevator.
That one was done well.
That
I got to
was-
give
that
it,
one- yeah.
the misdirection on that one. I don't want to spoil the ending of that one, but like the way they did that was like her paranoia took
I think
over.
we spoiled that ending.
I
All
think
right,
you
you know what?
Okay. No,
If you're
yeah.
making it through some of
This
these
is
other
it.
ones,
This is it, yeah.
I think
we,
if you,
let's,
she's
we can do
seeing-
it. We can do
her
it.
paranoia got so big that she's seeing shit. It got so bad that she's seeing shit, and she's scared around every corner, and she just stabs some dude that she's like hallucinated to look like the
Well,
killer.
The fact that
Like-
she's in the elevator and she's like, "Oh my god, this is a guy," and every movement he does is like, "Is this guy gonna kill me?" So she feels like she does have to defend herself. I thought when she got out of the elevator and then she looks at the next dude and that guy looks like the killer, and I went, "Oh," but then you explain a little more with as she looked at everybody there looks like the killer, and you went,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah." No,
Like, the whole time I'm watching, I'm like, no, she's freaking out because this dude, she knows this guy's a killer. But then when they show the real guy, I'm like, oh, he wasn't acting like that at all. Because they show the real guy in some scenes and he's just super nice, not awkward at all. So she would literally had gone batshit and was hallucinating that whole fucking thing and ended up killing like innocent dudes.
so,
Yeah.
It was
yeah.
fucked up.
"Oops."
with a fucking pen, like some John Wick
Like some
style,
John Wick shit.
a pen.
Now, the next one, Masochist, is Beast. I enjoyed that. Was fun. That's one where the dude's dad that was beating him was on that Masochist wheel.
Oh yeah.
He got to like fucking kill his dad.
yeah.
Because remember, it showed the scars on his ribs, and I was like, that motherfucker deserved
Even
that
with the
shit.
overacting. of
Everyone else
Carney.
caught that, right?
Yeah.
So is that
Okay.
Oh yeah, no, because he
Okay.
pulls it up and
It
you
was a
see.
giant fucking,
so
yeah.
is that supposed to be like his hell? Like he was just fucking getting fucking tortured? Like I
I
just
think you're
wonder-
going too, I think
Yeah,
you're honestly
all
thinking
right.
too deep
Now
for
I
these
think you're
movies,
going into
man.
the
Like,
hell
you
shit
need to
too much.
stop.
All right.
You need
This
to,
is some
All right.
fucked up
I thought about
Carney.
it too much, huh?
You need, no,
Okay.
you need to take your brain all down a little bit when you're watching some of this shit, buddy.
You're giving them way too much credit.
It's
That's the thing. You're giving them way too much
Is this
credit.
a level of hell? No, it's just a fucked up carny that captures the kid's dad. It's like, hey, he beat you. You want to fucking have some fun?
There you
from
go.
hell.
Yeah. No, not from hell. God damn it, Kyle. Not everything is from hell. You know,
No, you're
you brought
I'm
in,
not even
You brought in
religious.
some
It's just
heavy.
fun.
You brought in some heavy
From
shit
hell.
with
It
the fucking
works with
the fucking
everything.
kids. And then I was like, all right, you know what? Maybe we can look at that one. But now we got into the carny one. You're like, that one's from hell also. Like, no, you know what? We've given up on that from hell. Nothing's from hell, all right?
No, I think my favorite was a Mr. Tricker's Treat, the one who like had the two guys in the fucking dog pen, and his decorations were real bodies.
Oh,
Remember
yeah.
that one?
Yeah.
That was some like that was
Is that too real?
no, that was like some Scream Forest like haunted house like walkthrough shit.
Yeah,
Like that was kind of cool.
yeah.
It was really well done.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. It was.
And the fact that like the girl's like, oh, it looks so real. Blah,
Yeah, it looks so
blah.
real. And it smells so real.
She was
There's a lot of
fantastic,
real flies around.
but in a different way.
In a different way.
And I want to know how nobody just fucking saw. Like nobody
Nobody?
saw anything.
Where he just like hits her on the back of the head and she falls into the street.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, what the fuck?
Just all in the front. Nobody fucking.
The other one, I mean, the last one had some cool makeup effects with Alexia, you know, the thing that was coming out of the internet and it ended up right next to him. And the makeup on her face was cool. I'll give that. But the story was meh.
Yeah.
It was like a Ring wannabe, but with the internet in a chat room, basically. Is what it felt like. And then, I don't know, A Boy's Life, it's where this mom's helping her son defeat the monster under the bed
That gets
just
her.
to get drug away from. That's fuck off.
That
Yeah.
Fuck off.
was
Yeah.
I was like, listen, that's too much dialogue. You just got to
At least the carny. I'd say going back to the carny one, that one's like goddamn 2 minutes.
And
You see the
and
bruises.
It's enjoyable.
You see the stuff,
Fuck
and
this
that's it.
asshole.
And then
let's go.
Once the dad's dead, they bring up the next person, which you're pretty sure is another fucked up parent.
Yeah.
And then it goes to black. Like
Yep.
2 to 3 minutes. Get the story out.
Yep.
Get the idea. It's fucking
Let's
fucked
go.
up. Go on.
And then, of course, this shitty one wraps up because the only wraparound story with this is some chick gets the repaired tape from the first movie. You saw how they look like they put it together?
Yes.
And there's a guy outside of her apartment with looks like he carved a pumpkin
Yeah.
into the shape of a jack-o'-lantern mask.
It
and
looks
then
like he took
tied it-
the ghost from Pac-Man and fucking made it a pumpkin mask and then put it on his face because it looks fucking stupid. All right.
He ends up coming out of the video and killing her. The end.
That's
Wait, we already saw
that's-
that.
no.
No, wait, hold on.
Well, we already saw that in the first.
Anyway.
That same kid from the first one, he was graduating
He got
high
fucked
school,
up, yeah.
and he failed.
That would have made that. See,
He
okay.
failed his test.
If they had made
He
it,
does not get
He
in.
he suggested a better fucking movie.
yeah, if they had made it but they got killed.
I'm saying
I know, but I'm saying if they didn't, and you find out the
Somehow
pumpkin
the boy's
pumpkin
alive
mask
and
kid
it's the fucking
is that kid.
That dude. That's dude, that would
You
have
just
been,
did it, and he
that
didn't say
would've
anything about it being in hell this time with that. So that's even better. All right.
Well, from hell.
Yeah, the kid was in hell, and then all this is in hell.
hell.
But no, seriously,
Stand by my
if
statement.
Art had only killed the girl, the boy fucking lived.
Yeah.
And then you find out that that's the boy.
That's the kid. That would have been something.
That would have been something.
This
God
movie
damn
gave
it.
All right. That we're done talking about these movies.
Yes, we are.
If you wanna,
I felt angry.
you
I actually
want- hold on.
felt angry at the end of the second one.
if
This
you
is
want our
bullshit.
final verdict on both films, if you can't take a guess what they are, just stay tuned. And in the meantime, check out what's going on the GUI network.
In a world with too many reboots and remakes,
Two men will stop at nothing to make it even worse.
join Mike the Hobbit and Tondi as they play by their own rules while pitching new takes on some of your favorite and least favorite films and TV shows. What podcast would dare to bring this upon the world?
This is Smack My Pitch Show.
My name is Amy Bogard,
And I'm Mike the Hobbit.
and we are the hosts of Deeply Upsetting, where we use our expertise to answer your most upsetting hypothetical quandaries, such as what non-winged animal deserves wings?
And what body part deserves a secret mouth?
Which cryptid is the worst roommate?
These questions and more that plague you will be answered on Deeply Upsetting, available anywhere you get your podcasts and at GUIPodcast.com.
Coming straight from the mouths of madness, I'm Lowdown.
I'm FU Hunter.
Do you love horror?
We fucking do.
So this is a podcast dedicated to all things in cinematic horror. We're talking movies, television, composers, special effects artists. We're going to fucking cover it.
So if you love horror,
Embrace the madness.
In a world of blockbuster movies, there's another dimension.
The dimension of schlock cinema. Join us at Beautiful Disasters on a journey into the fringe territory of B-movie abandon.
We review the flicks that are forgotten or underappreciated to give them a proper place in the annals of celluloid history.
I'm the Groots,
F.U. Hunter.
your guides at Beautiful Disasters. Come along with us for a fun ride. May the schlock be with you.
All right, all those shows you just heard can be found anywhere you get your podcasts. Also on GUIPodcast.com, which you can go there, check out the episodes, as well as go to our links tab, click our links to TeePublic, and then you can buy all the merch for all the shows and all the other tangential nonsense we have on there on anything you fucking want. Hoodies, fucking sweatshirts.
we're getting colder season,
cold.
winter season.
Yeah.
Need those hoodies.
I mean, it's Halloween, so it's chilly.
yeah.
Get that hoodie. Like I said, I wish they had like jackets.
Stocking caps.
Stocking caps hung. That's coming up. Buy now because they have a sale every week for Christmas later. There you go. There you go. All right, now the first one passes and it survives the chopping block. Second one does not.
No.
I will never rewatch the second one.
That's why when you were worried about spoiling, I'm like, just fucking spoil
You're
it,
right.
dude.
You're right.
Fucking
But
do it.
Everybody else, how do you feel? First one.
Yeah, the first one.
First one, yeah. I mean,
Survives.
listen,
It was like a test drive for art for
it's 100%.
for Terrifier.
I think you use it just to, like I said, combine and put those films somewhere that can be released.
And again,
As
how
an
it
anthology.
ends with the wraparound, how it ends, I really fucking dug that shit. Like when she's watching the video and shit, that was that right there. Yeah, I had fun. And then
And that was new film. They had to film that too.
But I'm saying that even when you get to the credits, they then stop for a second, and that footage shows up again in the basement, except you as the viewer.
And I think that was actually like one of theirs house.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
I mean,
I like that.
probably sure.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, two. No,
yeah, dude, it's
I enjoyed the ones that are like 1 or 2 minutes because they're only 1 or 2 minutes. But most of them, again, you have a whole segment and you hype this shit up, and then you just have the person that gets killed disappear. Do a rated R. Fucking show us a kill.
yeah, no shit, Kyle. Yeah, you pretty much.
Well, the first one, yes. And coming from someone who hasn't seen Terrifier, right? Just some scenes, not really feeling one way or the other about it. Like, its standalone was it was crazy. It made me feel bad, but at the same time, it was awesome.
Mhm.
And obviously cheap. I mean, the baby was like, I mean, it was a doll, but it was like an obvious doll to the point where I was just like, okay.
Yeah.
All right. I think at this moment I can handle a little bit easier knowing that thing is not. You
like
did not
Dude
go
Party
into any
Massacre.
effort to make that thing look real. So I would probably, the first one, definitely thumbs up. The second one, I think Art the Clown should he should make another short showing that movie not only on a chopping block, but whatever that thing was, the table at the end with the girl.
Oh yeah, we didn't talk about that. The whole fucking
where
one
you
of the
dismembered her
yeah,
and fucking
dismembered-
carved slut and
slut
cunt
and
and all this
bitch, yeah.
bitch.
And like
Holy
fucking
shit.
legs, all limbs fucking
She's
cut off.
completely amputated. Yeah, fuck
I
me.
think that they need to do
I
a
always forget to
short
say
where Art the Clown is doing that to the sequel.
Oh,
Or
killer from the sequel.
But
the guy with
the
the suit.
killer from the sequel.
like the killer from the sequel,
That
like
mask is so fucking
It's so
stupid.
fucking dumb. All right. Well, that's it, folks. You heard it. Yep. And happy Halloween. And until we talk to you again, embrace the madness.
Join us at GUIPodcast.com.